Today we're talking about humidity. Hello creature lovers and welcome to the universe. Today we're talking about humidity and it's a beginner tutorial or a beginner video, so I don't want to dive too deep into facts and numbers and such things. It's just a quick overlook how to set the proper humidity in your invert enclosures. And there are some good news and there are some bad news. The bad news are there is no one fits all solution because humidity in your enclosures are always about the conditions around the enclosure. So how much humidity you have in the room, what are the temperatures, you need to heat or not, that always has an impact. So you need to figure that out for yourself, what's the best way to stabilize your conditions in your bins. But the good news are you just need to understand a few things. And we start with number one. I wanted to show you a hygrometer. I don't have one anymore, so this is a thermometer, but it's basically the same look. Hygrometers are a cool and good thing, but they are only a measurement instrument. So they tell you how much humidity you have right now. They don't tell you how to set it. And that's an important thing. That's something I read a lot on social media is, oh my God, my hygrometer says 60% and I need 80. What should I do? First of all, you have to raise some questions about that. How big is this enclosure? In an enclosure like this, you need to set the hygrometer on the right spot. If I set it in the front, there will always be a lower humidity than in the back. Why? It's turned around basically. This is the front, this is the back. We have a drier area here because there is only substrate and it doesn't get sprayed a lot. And we have a very humid area here with a lot of moss. So when we talk about humidity and about hygrometers, we need to think about where we want to set it up. If we set it up in front of here, there will always be a lower humidity than here. So first things first, choose the right spot to set it up. If you only have one hygrometer, set it in the middle. Or if you want to know how wet is the wet side, set it on the wet side. So that's the first thing you have to figure out. A second thing is, if your humidity is always too low, you should think about your misting. I know a lot of people, or I saw a lot of people, misting their enclosures. It's not pumped up. Well, I always forget something. They mist like this. And then the humidity is too low. There is basically no water inside. I like to use bottles like this. Then you can damp the wet area. This is how I mist a lot of my boxes. Why? I have moss on one side. The moss will suck up the water and I only have to mist once a week. And since we talked about setting up the hygrometer right, the next thing we need to understand is how ventilation and aeration and temperature impacts humidity. First of all, you see in this box, air gets sucked in here, gets through and gets sucked out here. So you always should have constant airflow in your enclosures. And airflow normally reduces humidity. That's pretty normal. That fits together. And that's why you need to figure out how much aeration you need in your boxes. With my mantis enclosures, this was my first try. This is fly gaze or fly fabric glued to the box. And I couldn't use it. First, I don't like the gluing, but second is those boxes went to dry much, much, much faster than the new ones where I drilled the holes. And here now I have cross ventilation. That means the air comes in here, gets up there, and gets out on the back, on the top of the back. When you know you have an airflow like this, you can use it to set your humidity. In this case, I used moss on one side and normal topsoil on the other side. I soak the moss and the humidity gets transported with the airflow, and you always have a wetter side. You have a little bit more humidity here than here. It's not that much because the box is so small, but it's there. And if you use something like a gaze up on here and put it up there where the animal can choose on which side he wants to be, you are proper setup in this case. And here it's the same. I missed this area, and the animals can choose if they want to be on the drier side or on the wetter side. Another big part is using the right substrate. If you have the option, if you can use moss, go for it. It's pretty cool for humidity. Don't overdo it. You can't use it everywhere. If you have some desert animals, I wouldn't use moss. I would say you now have a proper, oh, I forgot, temperature. Temperature also is an important factor. If your humidity always is too low and you're using the right amount of water, maybe your temperatures are too low, because it's a pretty simple thing. More temperature, more evaporation, more humidity. If you're keeping your animals on the colder side, raise the temps a little bit. If you are on the higher side, not a good idea. So I think that's a cool little beginner humidity tutorial. If I forgot something, let me know in the comments. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Let's talk about it. Wish you all the best. Have a great day and see you in the universe. Bye bye.